Namaste, welcome to Yoga Vidya practice video. Sukadeva and Mahashakti welcome you for variations of Navasana abdominal exercises to develop your abdominal muscles. It can be strenuous, but it's also good for beginners. If you're ready to work a little bit harder, you can follow. Then you bend your knees, you put your feet on the floor, you interlock your fingers behind your head, you lift up your head gently and you lift up your chest. That's the basic exercise for developing your abdominal muscles. There are some variations you can try out. You can also lift up your feet and put your thighs perpendicular to the floor. Push the lower back into the floor while you do it and try to lift up your chest. Don't pull too strongly with your hands. You work with your abdominal muscles. Really feel your abdomen becoming warm. Next variation is you stretch out your legs towards the ceiling, you lift up your arms and you put the palms or the fingertips towards the ceiling. At the same time you lift up your chest and you lift up your hips. That's really strong effort, and really do this effort. Make sure your abdominal muscles are really working hard. Now you've worked quite hard on your central abdominal muscle, the rectus abdomini. You can now come out of the posture, bending your knees, stretching out your legs, and breathe a few times deeply. Next you can come to the exercises strengthening transversus abdomini and obliquus abdomini. You bend your knees, you lift up your knees, you interlock your fingers behind your head, and you lift up your chest as well as your feet. And now you have to be very careful. Now you lift up your left part of your chest a little higher, and at the same time you lift up the right part of your hips a little higher. You can either lift up your right knee or you can put your knee slightly towards the left. If you do it properly, you can feel the side of your abdomen. So make sure the left part of your chest is higher and the right part of your abdomen. And slowly change sides. Pull your right part of your chest higher and lift up the left part of your buttocks a little higher. Make sure you work with the abdominal muscles. Sometimes it's better not to lift up your hip too high, just slightly. Sometimes it's better to lift up your hip more. Slowly come out of the posture. Keep bending, keep your knees bent, put the feet on the floor. Breathe a few times. We'll do one more variation to strengthen your side abdominal muscles. Now put your right hand behind your head. Lift up your head. Lift up your chest. Lift up your feet. Now put your left arm to the right of your right knee. Put the back of your hand towards the knee. And again, you lift up the left part of your chest a little higher and you lift up the right part of your hips a little higher, just a little bit. as if you want to push your knee against the ceiling. Smile, but feel your abdominal muscles work. Slowly release. Put the right hand behind your head. Put the left arm to the left of your knee. Back of your hand towards the knee. You lift up your chest, but you keep the right part of your chest higher than the left part. At the same time, you lift up your left part of the hips a little higher than your right. What Mahashakti shows is one variation. You can also at the same time lift up your whole chest. Just your right part of the chest a little higher than your left part, not as much. And you can either keep your left elbow a little further backwards. You can try out yourself. The variation will be best, which is hardest to do. After you've done these exercises, you slowly release, you lower your feet, you stretch out your legs, and you enjoy the relaxation. Abdominal muscle exercises, the variations of Navasana, are usually done after sun salutations and before the more meditative asanas, meaning the asanas which are held for a longer time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for practicing. More information on yoga you find on our internet pages. www.yoga-vidya.de